Missed out on breakfast? Fret not. It's never too late to grab a bite.
All right, guys, I want to ask you a question straight up. Any unusual ways in which you have strengthened or maintained strong friendships over the years?
Unusual, no. We do try to plan trips because we're so far apart, but nothing weird that comes to mind.
Let's say a friendship is on the downward plunge for whatever reason, and you want to revive it, and you do something out of the box. Have you tried?
No.
Okay.
I think you're asking the wrong person. I don't have any friends.
What?
Yeah, so I've got to pick up some tips from you.
You've got two right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
anyway, creating a joint bank account might be a novel way to maintain strong friendships. It's a surprising new financial trend that's gaining traction. And it's unlike couples or families. You have groups of friends who are pooling money to cover anything from travel to shared expenses or collective savings goals. Your first thoughts?
Okay, well, when you explained it, it sounds very feasible. You know, let's put some money in the pot and we could use it to invest in our friendship. What I thought this was that, let's just open bank accounts and then we'll see, you can keep me accountable for this or that. And I thought it was more personalized than it really is, which is just to invest in your friendship in that way.
So there are a number of people on TikTok who have gone viral after posting videos about how this money-saving strategy has also been a friendship saver. It is in sharp contrast from the popularity of the buy now, pay later incentives, which allow consumers to delay paying for their purchases. And in a world where most people tend to make financial decisions in isolation, according to experts, practicing financial intimacy with friends can also help strengthen close relationships. When we start to approach money, she says, in creative and fun ways like this, it makes money less intimidating, overwhelming, and there's way more transparency.
Okay, so are there some guidelines where everyone puts in about the same amount every month so it feels fair? Or is it one of those things where we're such good friends that it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter than the former. I think you can set your own kind of rules when it comes to these things.
There's not a proper savings account at a bank, is it? Or is it someone holding the money, the appointed treasurer? So you control all the money for everyone.
That's probably an option you can take, but I would assume on the surface that this is about actually depositing money into a joint bank account.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah.
It is.
Would you open a bank account with me?
I don't
Are we
know.
there
I'd have to think about
And
it.
how do you choose? Do you choose someone who you know is really responsible with money or who has a lot of money? Or do you do it to, try to make use of some interest rate benefits for certain banks? I don't know. There's so
All right,
many.
well then let's get into some of the scrutiny that these videos have also garnered from people who question whether making an account could actually put friendships at risk.
Yeah.
So, according to some, the biggest risk in entering this type of arrangement with friends is trust, because everyone on the account typically has equal access, which means one person could withdraw funds without permission. And if, let's say, someone loses their job, goes through a breakup, or just changes their mind, it can get messy pretty quickly. To avoid a potentially messy situation, one expert says it's best to set clear expectations for everyone involved, whether by having a conversation or having everyone sign a written agreement.
Oh,
Sounds
formalize it.
like it's getting a bit technical. Huh?
What do you think,
too
Ryan?
many rules. Like you mentioned, it's trust, right? So do you need the rules if you trust someone?
That's true. Another potential drawback is, in addition to friendship drama, setting up a joint savings account with friends can come with financial risk, because joint account holders are equally liable for things like fees and overdrafts. And if one person has credit issues, it could impact everyone's banking relationship. And now, although they warn against creating shared accounts, some experts that is, especially with friends, they recommend using individual sinking funds. This strategy involves setting aside a small amount of money regularly to save for a future expense. So when it's time to book, everyone pays their share from their own fund. You get the same result without risking your friendships or your money.
Yeah, okay. So can it be established that these accounts are for our activities, you know,
Sure.
when we go out to brunch,
course.
and that's pretty much it?
Yeah.
We don't go beyond that, and we should only utilize these accounts when we're all together.
Yeah, maybe not for buying diamond rings for engagements, you know.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Maybe not, I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I say? You shouldn't mix friendship with money. So I'm not sure if this is the best way to approach stuff. You heard of the tontine fund before?
Tontine.
Yes, where folks will put money or pool money together, and people will be able to draw on the money eventually. So it's almost like a case of the last person surviving will take all the money.
Okay.
But it seems illegal for various reasons, including how it's so difficult to draw the lines and make sure it's a fair scheme.
Yeah.
Is it illegal all over the world?
It's illegal in Singapore and the US at least.
All right. One particular user said that having a shared account has helped her friend group in Australia pay for everything from flights to hotels and meals on their trips. And it's also allowed them to avoid conflicts over splitting costs. There are apps that track spending these days. I have used it on one trip to Japan 2 years ago. This is another layer of ease, not having to think about grabbing your phone to note things down as you buy a round of drinks or a round of food, for instance.
That's true. But also, you have to bear in mind that, let's just say that we all plan on going on a trip somewhere. And I decide to use that fund to stay at the Four Seasons. And everyone else is, staying at a different hotel.
Yeah.
And I would be like, oh, but I'm here to celebrate all of us, You got to have a limit somewhere, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I
Certain
can
standards.
pool in some money for a Four Seasons staycation, and then I'll just back out with credit issues. All right, shared account, yay or nay? Send us your thoughts, 88550893.